We have Mark and Niall from Jua. We both work here as software engineers / research engineers / technical people. And today we want to talk about something that we developed in-house. So Marvin already set the stage for what we do here at Jua. So at the moment, what we're working on is state-of-the-art AI-based weather prediction models, which help energy trading firms make better decisions to get their power cheaper. What this is basically an extension to that. So how weather prediction works is that you have a state of the atmosphere on a grid globally. And what you do is you have some model which predicts the state of the atmosphere given the state now in the future. So in 6 hours, in 12 hours, in 18 hours, in 10 days, and so on. And traditionally, this model which did this prediction in time into the future was a numerical weather prediction model, which was like governmental institutions. And nowadays, this has been revolutionized by AI-based models. Could you go back? Sorry. This has been revolutionized by AI-based models, which have better accuracy, which run faster, they are a lot cheaper to run, and so on. So this is what you see here on the left-hand side. You see the state of the atmosphere now, so 0 hours into the future. And then you have some model M, which predicts this 6 hours into the future, 12 hours into the future, and so on. And these AI-based models are usually trained on global data, but because it's global data, it's restricted to low resolution. And then also, so 25 kilometers usually. And then also what another issue is that inherently how these AI-based models are trained is that as you roll out, as you go into the future, the predictions become smoother and smoother. But like if you imagine an energy trader with a solar farm somewhere, they really want to know at their solar farm, will there be sun or will there be no sun? So if you have super smooth predictions, this won't help them. So what we did is, if you can now continue, is we built a diffusion-based super resolution model, or so from super resolution by images is you take a low resolution image and make it high resolution by adding adding details. In climate modeling, this is called downscaling. And we built an AI-based, diffusion-based model which can do this for us. So what we do is we take the prediction by our model every 6 hours. This is what you see, this global state of the atmosphere. And then we cut out Europe. And to this, we apply a diffusion-based model, which kind of restores all the lost artifacts, which was caused by the smoothing. So this is what you see over here. We cut out Europe, and then we apply our downscaling model, which is based on diffusion. And then we get super high resolution predictions over Europe. So this goes from 25 kilometer resolution to 5 kilometer resolution. So if you continue, this is what you see here. So on the upper left-hand side, you see like a Europe, the prediction of wind over Europe from a global model at 25 kilometer resolution. And you can see it's quite smooth. There are not that many details. And then here on the right-hand side, we see like what the ground truth training data was for our model. And then on the bottom, you see the predictions which were produced by our trained model. And as you can see, if you compare the details, like all the things that are washed out here are restored. So for example, if you look at the Alps, all the valleys now contain like precise predictions of where there will be sun in the valley and where there will be shade in the valley. And this really helps energy traders make better predictions. And if you go one step further, these are some metrics. So what this basically just says is that if you apply this post-processing step using our diffusion model to any forecasting model, you get more accurate results. And so this is what we did, but how does it help us? So this is something Mark will talk about.
Yes, so Niall already mentioned these energy traders. So they take our forecast and they make a shit ton of money out of this data. And we thought, well, why shouldn't we take a slice of that? Like if you have these forecasts and, people make money with weather, why can't we do that ourselves? The answer is because getting into trading is not that easy. But there's this thing called Polymarket, if you have heard of it, where you can bet on the daily max temperature of certain cities worldwide. So what we can do then, we can say, let's train a model on top of our data to just predict the daily max temperature. And here you see these different runs. So once we run with a forecast that was basically the day before at noon, the the hit rate, so the correct daily max is not so good. And you see as time progresses and to get to like the same day, you reach like a 74% accuracy of predicting the daily max. And since, well, our data is quite good and others don't have access to it, if you then run a simulation on your P&L of the last days, it goes up and up and up and up. And you might say, well, that's a simulation, all nice and good. And you might be right with that. We'll find this out. It's been running for a week now. And I would say the simulation is rather pessimistic than optimistic. So that's what we can do with our weather data, outperform the market.
Well, thank you very much, Mark and Niall, for this very interesting application of the weather forecast. If you have 1 or 2 questions from the audience, happy to take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Could you share your Polymarket account idea? I'd like to copy your trade.
Sure.
I was wondering, what's the daily pot size usually on Polymarket?
It depends. For London, for example, it's usually around 300k total. So depending on the bucket, on which temperature, it's usually around 30k to 50k. But you have bigger markets in the US and in Asia, which is also something to explore. But for Europe, we have the high resolution data from HRR, which is the best model. So that's why we started there. But let's see.
Nice. Thank you very much.